Welcome back to the channel. Today I have an unboxing of the Razer Kiyo Pro Ultra. So this camera is actually a gift from my brother that I got for my birthday. So I've been getting more into streaming and I figured a new camera would be great. So this is what I asked for, this is what I got. And I want to take you guys along as always for the experience of the unboxing. I like to look at YouTube videos of people doing this, so it's good to share the same thing. Now, this camera actually retails for $299 on Razer's website, and you could probably get it for the same price on Amazon. If you do have Prime, you can get free shipping, or you can go for a used model on Amazon, which would be slightly cheaper and probably have the same exact quality as a brand new one. Typically, these Amazon used products aren't super used, or they were simply opened and they're being resold by Amazon because they were returned and they work just as intended. So it's always a good way to save some money on new gear, new gadgets, is looking at the used section of Amazon for products like that. Now, this camera specifically is being compared to a lot of mirrorless cameras. I'm not a huge camera geek. I don't really know a whole lot about cameras, but I do know that the mirrorless setup is typically used for higher quality videos. So the Sony a6000 is a very common camera used for streaming and setups that use mirrorless. But the problem is these cameras overheat. So you're going to have a lot of problems with your long-term stream if you're streaming for a few hours a day and your camera is going to be overheating. This might cause damage to your camera. This might cause your stream to end abruptly. It could cause a whole bunch of issues that you're just really not looking for when you're trying to get into streaming, especially at the price point. You look at the A6000. I mean, this is a camera that is, almost 2 grand. It's like 1,500 bucks. That's insane just for a streaming setup. That's where this camera comes into play. So at 300 bucks, which is a fraction of the price of the camera I mentioned before, you get the Razer Kiyo Pro Ultra that runs 60 frames at 1080p or 30 frames at 4K. So you get a good bang for your buck. You get great quality. You're probably not going to be using the 60 frames as much if you're streaming, but you will be using the 4K 30 frames if you want a really high quality stream or if you're doing a lot of face cam. I think that's a really good option. And I really do have to say, the build quality on this webcam is really, really good. It feels like a $300 webcam. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels solid. It's heavy. I mean, this little shutter is really cool. I like that you can just close that up. You don't have to put the lens cap on it, and you get some privacy if you're kind of weird about having your camera out like that. You're weird about having that eye kind of staring at you, which a lot of people are. So diving deeper into the box, there are some accessories and components that you need to look out for. So the main thing in the bottom of this box is this braided cable. This is really, really nice quality actually. So this is the USB Type C to USB A cable that Razer includes. This is really, really helpful because the cable is actually super long, as you can tell. It's like pretty wrapped up. And I really like the accent colors that Razer uses. That lime green is like super cool to me. Right here, this looks to be a lens cover of some kind. So this is my first time using something like this and like kind of having this unboxing experience because I'm not a camera guy. I don't have a lot of nice cameras. I don't really have a camera besides my phone camera. Now I have this webcam, so this is really cool, but I guess this would be pretty useful if you're traveling and you're trying to take your webcam somewhere and not get the lens all scratched up because I don't believe it's a sapphire crystal that's protecting that lens, so it could potentially get scratched. So Razer actually has their own software that you can use with this camera. You can change the saturation, the sharpness, typical camera modifications that you would want to add to your software to where your image quality is the highest that you can get it. This camera obviously has really high image quality, so hopefully that's useful to some people. The only downside is I heard that that software is not very good. I've yet to really dive into it, so I'll probably post a review video a little bit later telling you what I think about it, what I think about the camera long term, and things like that. So I really hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Please drop a like on the video if you liked it and subscribe to see more. Until next time, peace.